Welcome to Cat the Minion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is card of the day. This is going to be for 3-2, and I'm using the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. So I did clear and shuffle it, and I'm going to go ahead and get a card. We'll point out that my music deck is out of commission because I'm redoing it, and instead of just scabbing images offline and printing it out, I'm actually drawing new ones, so I'm like 2/3 of the way done with the Fool card, and then I've got 78 more to do. Alright, I guess we're doing 3 cards here. As they went careening towards the floor. What have we got? I just heard triumvirate. So we have a Wild Woman. '62 inverted, so there's an aspect that needs to be healed. I'm getting a lot of sacral energy. There's a lot of orange at the bottom of that card. This looks like a new moon energy here as well, so we're going to get that in a couple of weeks. Did I write down when the new moon is? The new moon in Pisces on the 13th. Oh, okay, that's like the end of the post shadow for Mercury retrograde as well. Okay. So we have the number 62. Which could be healing and or high priestess, or 8, which would be strength and or justice inverted. Now when I see this card, I hear Wild Witch Lady. Is that what that song's called? By Donovan. She's a wild witch. A wild witch lady. Let me look at those lyrics. Donovan. Yeah, it is lady. Wild woman. Also getting a little bit of Wild Horses Couldn't Tear Me Away by the Rolling Stones. She's a wild witch lady. She's a voodoo child. She's got poison lipstick. She drive King Kong wild. She eats boys for breakfast. She's a goblin girl. She suck up all your insides, make your fingernails curl. And then this chorus is, oh yeah, sweet young thing you are. Okay. I don't think the second verse is going to be as interesting. I mean, as relevant. We don't need to talk about lizard people and Matahari right now. But it's this idea of being both terrifying and sexually alluring at the same time. A little bit Queen of Wands, Wands. I don't know why that sounded weird all of a sudden. Let's see what these other cards are. So you have the Circle, another 8. I have to read this because I always forget what this card is, but there is an aspect of timelines and ancestry and people working together. There's like, it's kind of like a portal or like a pseudo-Aztec calendar, but this is giving me full moon energy. So the full moon in March is on the 28th in Virgo, which is interesting because this is more of a crone energy, but it's inverted. Is that right? That can't be right. Did we just have a full moon in Virgo? Is there 2 in a row? I need to look that up now. Wait. That can't be right. February 27th. As in Libra. Okay, that makes more sense. That's weird. I feel like the site that I was looking at for the March things that I wrote down is somehow off. Yeah, full moon in Libra. Okay. But this energy is actually, being on the 2nd of March, is still working off of the full moon in February. I know that's kind of a long walk for that, but it's just weird. So they have 63 wind right after 62. This is about change and movement. And this has a feminine figure on it who looks, it's hard to see. There's a hawk. It actually kind of like Horus and Isis, even though the imagery looks Native American. There's a full moon on here as well. Like the winds of change are going to blow through with it over the next month. 63 breaks down to 9. So 889. It's like there's a block in the timeline or in past lives or in the ancestry that requires like a double dose of force to push through to the next level. But let me check out this wild woman, because this is the card that's inverted. 62. I want to read what the medicine is. I knew I was going to need the book for these, so I brought it out. Okay. Excess for its own sake is a sign of imbalance. This is a warning that you may be trapped in obsessive thinking or behavior, looking for release in places that will never provide it. Let go, lest you become like the hungry ghosts of Chinese Buddhist lore that can never be fulfilled. True release comes from trusting the fluidity of life. Notice how wind tends to be like fluid. So understanding that as a river needs its banks to flow through, so too do you need boundaries around your thinking and behavior. Now is the time to simplify, be mindful, and connect to that light within. Okay, so the wild woman, it says authenticity and freedom, cultural constraints, conformity. So there's this idea that there can be a lot of power in energy, but there can also be reckless abandon. You know, like I'm trying to, like I'm not just trying to mellow out, I'm trying to get turned, which isn't necessarily going to help. Let's look at the circle, because I don't remember what the hell that is. I haven't used this deck extensively in quite a while, actually. My brain did a dump. I like completely forgot all of the planets in the signs in the deck. Like I worked on it, I had them almost memorized. I made a new chart, and then my brain data dumped the whole thing, so I have to look at it every time again now. Trauma brain. Yeah. So this is unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum. Everybody is one. Cycles of life and the evolving self. Spirit, nature, cosmos. Co-creation. Okay. So this is like a dance circle, and it's calling people to participate in this idea of being both material and spiritual, but it also gives me this idea of like ancestry and timelines and portals. Right, it's like the circle keeps getting broken. Now here it's like I'm with the energy, and then here it's like I'm not really in the circle, I'm just kind of fucking around. So let's look at wind. Let's see what Isis and Horus are up to here. Horus in the horizon. Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, the air element. Oh, I thought my thing was going to freeze for a second. Yeah, change. Positive and negative. People of the southern wind. Okay, so it says there's a Kansas song called "The People of the South Wind." Okay, so the South Wind, it says, help you gently begin to discard habits and parts of you that are no longer needed. Right? Habit of consumption, of abandonment, of recklessness, avoid by acting out, avoid by consumption. So, oh, for Christ's sake. So it says, whichever way the wind is blowing for you, which the wind whispers or shouts, like the people shouting in the hallway, fucking up my video. It may take courage at first to turn and face the wind, but you'll find exaltation in moving towards it and receiving its lessons. Okay. So there's this idea that change can be had by just sort of like jumping back into the double dutch. You don't have to be all like, I'm going to, oh, now it's freezing rain out. It was supposed to get warmer, it was just snowing earlier. This video is longer than I want it to be. Okay, so we have the middle world on the bottom of the deck. This is another 9. 36 breaking down to 9. This is about the material world, right? It's like I'm going to bring my focus out of distraction and tuning out, and dropping out, you know, whatever it takes to not focus on what's going on. I'm going to sort of refocus and change the way that I'm viewing things in terms of being sort of participating in the world and being mindful of what I'm doing, but I can still take this force of nature with me and not it's like I'm going to participate, but I'm not going to conform. I'm going to hold my own magic. I'm going to do it in my own way. In that way, it's sort of like instead of turning off and dropping out, you sort of switch on, and it's sort of like coming into a room and like taking off your coat and having this like fashion reveal and being like, haha, look at me. You know, it's like, if I'm gonna be here, but I'm gonna be. So that's the energy that's coming through off of the heels of the full moon in Virgo in February. That's pushing through the new moon as the Mercury retrograde shadow falls away, and then this idea that as things head towards the full moon in Libra, this idea of balancing the spiritual and the material and how you perceive yourself in the world. I'm gonna sneeze, hold on. Okay. If you want to get, where's my thing? Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. If you want to get a personal reading, the list of readings that I offer and how much they cost is in the description box underneath here. And then you can email me, thecatcamebackatcamp@gmail.com. If you'd like to help keep this little channel chugging along, you can donate. You can hit that tip jar. You can energy exchange, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. If you want something for donations, you can always purchase merch, prints, art items, coloring books, poetry, and other things that I've got available. Everything's through the link tree. What else is going on? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my playlists tab, my discussion tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.